You've got to be seriously kidding me right now. You've completely sunk your jaws into my older brother, haven't you? What on earth do you think you're playing at? Huh? Haley, what are you talking about? I haven't got a clue, to be honest. I went to all the trouble to go over to my brother's house and hang out with him, and then I see my brother making food. That's not his job to do that. You should be the one who cooks and makes the food for the household. You're the one who's the wife, not my brother. Stop making him do things that he shouldn't be doing. Okay. First of all, he's in charge of the household and he does whatever he can to help out. He's actually very good at cooking, so he likes cooking dinner for us. And he decided to take that responsibility on as his job allows him to work from home. Are you kidding me? That's not how it should work. Just because he works from home doesn't mean he has free time, right? It doesn't matter if you work at home or in the office. He still works hard and shouldn't have to do any housework. In fact, it's quite difficult between switching from an office job to also doing housework. You should be the one taking care of the house. Yeah, you've made your point, Haley. I know what you mean, but I've got a long commute. It would be more efficient if Nick did all the housework as he's around more often. Instead of me doing that, I pay for all the living and food expenses. I don't get why you're always coming at me. You've got some kind of beef with me, obviously. Let's just show your beef with me was ranked top of the charts, and of course it's delicious to have. You're just such the jokester, aren't you, Selena? Thinking that you can make fun of me? So what, you're only just going to get carried away with all the living expenses, so my brother is left with nothing. My brother really threw his life out the window by marrying such an old hag like you. I guess it's just a normal thing for you only parting out for the living expenses, isn't it? What are you even talking about? Since I'm coming over, it's only natural for you to stuff your face full of food. Of course, I'm your husband's sister after all. It's fine to be anxious. But it's just common courtesy to treat me with some respect, though. Me treating you with some respect? Are you kidding me? You do realize that you just called me an old hag before. I don't see what's so wrong with calling an old woman an old hag. You're just about 6 years older than my brother, after all, so the old hag and my brother did get married, you see. I wouldn't get too carried away with getting much support as a wife. You're responsible for all the living expenses and the housework. Are you serious? You think that I'm going to take all of the responsibilities on by myself? But you're completely making a mockery out of my brother. You do realize that, right? For today's meal, we'll have my brother cooking the meat, all right? You'll just smile and eat the meat like you're supposed to. It's not always like this, okay? It's just a rarity for him to cook for everyone. But, well, it's almost always like this, though. He's the one that cooks. I want us to eat freshly made food, and so it's important to sit down and eat first. Are you kidding me? It's always like this at your house? If that's the case, then I'm going to be checking on you every day until things change. I'll keep a close eye on you so that you're not using my brother for everything. It's not fair on him. Wait, what? You're going to keep an eye on me? Don't you think that's too much? Nope, it's just necessary. From now on, I'm going to come by your house every day and eat dinner until I see some change. My brother is to never make dinner again, as it's not his responsibility. You're going to be the one cooking for my brother and me as well. You're to stand and wait in the kitchen until we've finished every last bite of our meals. I intend to teach you the right way to be a wife, since you obviously have got no idea how. But that's just not going to work out. No matter how fast I try and leave work, I'm never home before 8 o'clock at night. And you're saying that I'm the one who should be cooking every meal? Well, all you've got to do is try harder at being a good and obedient wife and make food for my brother. At least try and be home around 5 so you can cook food. If you're any kind of wife, your family should be more of a priority than the work you're doing. But my work isn't going to allow me to come home early, and they know Nick's at home to do things for me. I don't care. Be a decent wife for my brother. When I'm finished my college classes for the day, I'll come straight over to your place. In addition, I'll be checking that you're doing the cleaning and laundry along with the cooking. I'm going to test you if you're actually a suitable match for my brother. I'm going to do a thorough inspection of you, Selena. Nick, I need to talk to you. I was wondering if you could talk to Haley. It's about her coming over to our house. She needs to stop coming every day. It's stressing me out. I'm surprised at how much she consumes, and it's costing us a lot to feed her as well as us. Above all else, she keeps calling me to hurry up and get home to do chores.
Oh, Selena. I'm really sorry about that. I've told her so many times to not interfere with my marriage, but she doesn't listen. She says it's for my own good, that she's inspecting you. That's why she's not listening to me and is telling me to stop spoiling you.
It's obvious that Haley has a thing for you, and that's why she's always trying to slot herself into our lives. I never thought that this would happen, even after we got married. I thought I was allowed to marry you because you and the rest of your family accepted me.
It seems that Haley doesn't acknowledge us as being married at all. She doesn't accept that we're together. I was told by her that it's not too late to go and marry someone else.
Are you for real? She said that to you? She has some guts saying that.
It seems she doesn't really get the fact that I'm in charge of the housework. I wanted to be in charge, and it works well for us. She seems to think that you wanted to marry because you wanted to make me your housekeeper, or something ridiculous like that.
You've got to be kidding me. You're my husband. I never want that for you. Honestly, I was thinking of hiring someone to do our cleaning. It must be really hard for you to balance work and the housework at the same time.
No, it's not difficult for me at all. I enjoy getting the break from work to do housework. It's relaxing. Even though I don't earn much for us and have a lot of free time, I don't see any need for us to hire someone to clean our house. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. I can handle it all just fine. And if I can't, I'll tell you.
What? Really? Are you sure? I really don't mind if you're struggling with that, but if you're fine doing it, I won't.
I just feel bad that I'm not doing as much as I thought I'd be doing with becoming a freelancer. I thought I'd be piled up with actual work. I never expected my income to drop so much. Makes me feel bad. That's why I feel like I've accomplished more in the day when I've got housework to do. Please don't take that job away from me as well. I've got this.
I did notice that you were stressing out about the drop in income. I'm telling you now, I'm working as well, so you don't need to worry too much about the money you earn.
But it makes me feel like I'm not doing anything productive for us. Even though I'm younger than you, my income has decreased a lot. I'm really sorry for being such a hopeless husband. I feel like you can't rely on me at all. It's also because of me that Haley has misunderstood our situation, what you do for us.
I just thought that her and I would just get along, but I've just got no idea how I can do that. I guess I don't have a choice but to act more like a wife and do what she's told me to do if I want to get on her good side. But anything I try and do at home, I can't live up to your standards of cleaning, folding, and cooking.
You don't have to be good at everything you try and do. I'm here to help you. Also, she's got no idea how much I earn and doesn't have a right to tell you what to do. I mean, I'm just a low-earning freelancer. Let me explain to my sister that you're the breadwinner and working really hard for us. Also, I should probably mention about Haley's tuition fees.
Huh? Why do we need to talk about her school fees for?
I feel like that's something we need to discuss, right? Both my parents passed away at an early age. As the older brother, I should be the one to pay for Haley's school fees. But I never expected that I'd fail at being self-employed, so I should tell Haley that it's actually you who's paying for her schooling, and maybe she'll back off from you.
No way. You can't tell her that, Nick. I'm telling you now to keep that a secret to yourself at all costs. Do you understand?
But I don't get it. Why do I have to keep it a secret? If I tell her you've been paying out for it, then she'll change her view about you. In fact, I think you should be the one to tell her the position you're in.
But I don't think it's a good idea to say anything. I'm not really paying for her tuition out of the kindness of my own heart. I just didn't want you to feel bad about all the expenses you had to part out for her, and feel how bad I felt as well. Like you, I lost my parents at a young age. I had a hard time going to college without any scholarships or allowances from my parents. There are just some hardships that are better left unsaid. No one needs to know about those payments. It's like I'm paying without permission.
But Selena, you've given so much to me and my sister.
Besides, I want Haley and I to be equals, not higher or lower than the other. Even though we are in-laws, we're sisters as well. If there was a lot of money involved, I'd be strangely reserved and wouldn't know how to get along with them. I want Haley and I to have a relationship without any reservations. I want a sister of my own as well. Therefore, we'll make it look like you're the one who's paying for her tuition, okay?
Are you sure? If you want to do that, we can. I'm sorry, I just want everyone to get along, and maybe saying something might change her mind about you.
It's okay, don't worry too much about it. Let's hope we can convince Haley to be more friendly to me. No matter what, I can't get home from work any earlier than I do now. I don't have time to make a lot of food for Haley. It would be helpful if you took charge of the housework and the cooking if I don't make it home in time.
Of course, that's not a problem. I'll do my best to take care of all the errands. I'm also working hard with my job as well as the housework. I'll open up more businesses and get more work for myself. I'll show you someday that I'll be able to pay for my sister's tuition all by myself.
I look forward to seeing how hard you work, but don't overdo it too much. I still want a functioning husband at the end of the day. Well, what did you think would happen, Selena? I just filed the divorce papers between you and my brother. With this happening, my brother should finally be freed from your grasp. I won't let my brother be in love with you anymore. What the heck, Haley? What divorce papers? What are you talking about? Don't do anything hasty, Haley. Why would you do this to me right now? This is all your fault, Selena. Good thing the lock's been changed. That's why you can't get back inside the house. Nick changed the lock all on his own. No matter how many times I told you to stay away, you still came by every day. It's not like I didn't give you any instructions. I'm not the one who's lying through their teeth. You are the one that's been bossing my older brother around like some kind of pet. You told him not to let his troublesome sister in the house, and he was too scared not to obey, so you've just made him your puppet. If I'm there, you can't treat my brother like a housekeeper. I don't treat him like a housekeeper in the first place, Haley. My brother is so kind, has good housework skills, and is the best man. What's more, he has quit his outstanding job at a large company to be a freelancer, and this is how you treat him? An old hag like you sticks to my brother like a parasite. You need to release my brother and leave our family alone. So, as a last resort, I filed divorce papers on your behalf. What do you mean that I'm a parasite stuck to Nick? That's so wrong. It's not like I'm dependent on him. We complement each other's weakness and get along well. Really? You think I'm going to believe any of that crap? Are you being serious right now? We all know you suck the youth out of my brother and put him to work all the time. What do you even mean by that? You've got no idea how things are run around here. If I was my brother, I would dump you and marry a different woman who is wonderful and does what my brother says. But because you're such a parasite, we can't escape you. My brother is the kindest man on this planet. I'll be the one to throw you out if my brother can't do it, but it's all okay now since I filed the divorce papers. My big brother can finally escape from his parasite of a wife. We've been unable to communicate about this issue. I can't believe this has gone so out of control because of your assumptions about me. Oh, shut up, you old hag. I don't need to hear this. You're to no longer be called my brother's wife. I'll make you disappear. So you don't think your brother isn't a parasite? Huh? What do you mean? Even though I've got a big heart, I'd be furious if someone were to file divorce without my permission. When things like this happen, I've got no choice but to tell you everything that's going on. What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean by everything? I mean, I'm not the one who's treating my older brother like a parasite. That would be you. But now he's able to live off the money I make. I'm not the one who's a parasite, Haley. What? I don't get what you mean. I'm sure Nick could have married a more beautiful woman that obeys him. Of course, to a girl who's younger and prettier than me. But now he can't live without me in his life. That's why he can't marry another woman, even if he really tried to not love me. I do wonder what to call this situation if I'm not the parasite here. Whoa, okay, just hang on a minute, okay? What's wrong with my brother living off your earnings? My brother is a successful freelancer. You both earn a lot of money. He's made a lot of money by starting his own company and leaving his other job. I'm sure that income is more than double what it used to be. He's using my money because his freelancing job isn't going so well. He's earning half the income that he earned at his previous job. He's more dependent on me now to earn money for the family. What? That can't be. How can he be dependent on you? It's true, Haley. He said that work is harder to come by than he expected it to be. He's doing his best in sales, but don't you think he's too kind? That's why he gets haggled to only paying the lowest price for his services. So it doesn't lead well into the next job he does. To be honest, his income hasn't increased at all. Are you for real? He's earning pennies for all his hard work? This isn't fair. That's why he can't live without me, because I part out a lot for us. I pay for all the living expenses and taxes. Sometimes I even help him out when he gets into debt or takes too much from his overdraft. But my brother's the one paying for my school tuition. Since my parents are no longer around, he's taken over in their place. He's been paying for my fees for quite a long time. It's impossible for my brother to have such a small income and still pay my fees.
That's right. I didn't have enough money to pay for your schooling, so she's been the one helping pay for you. Actually, she paid for all of your tuition.
Wait, you're the one who's been paying my fees? Wait a minute, is that you, Nick?
And yet, what did you do for me, Haley? I can't believe that you filed a divorce between Selena and I without telling us. Did we even ask you to do that at all? Did I ask you to release me from this family? Why would you do such a selfish thing to someone who's been trying to help you?
I've only been thinking about what's best for you, my brother. I've only been used to you being in my grasp, not another woman's. Even though she's your wife, she's making you do almost everything at home and leaving it all up to you. That's not your job, it's a woman's job. I definitely thought that he was suffering under your command.
And whose idea was it that the housework should be done by the wife? Your ideology is so archaic, Haley. You're just a student, so why are you being so stubborn and acting like this toward me?
I'm just looking out for my brother. Are you really not the one paying for my schooling? Is it actually her?
Yes, she's been paying for you to go to school. Since I failed to become more independent, I couldn't wait to show her this side of me. But she wanted to remain kind to you and try to pay for all of your tuition by herself.
Oh, is that how it went down then?
What's more, I asked you to think about my feelings in all of this, and this is what you do to me. She's a lovely and kind-hearted person. I've been very lucky to have married a woman like her. But because of you, it's completely ruined. How on earth will you take responsibility for this?
What? I don't know how. I was just trying to protect you from her. I never thought something like this would happen.
If you don't take responsibility for what you've done, I wouldn't bother showing your face in front of us ever again. I don't want to see your smug face in front of me or my wife.
But what for? I hardly did anything wrong. It was all just a misunderstanding, that's all.
You should be the one to repay back the tuition that she paid for. Whatever you do, even if it's just a loan, it'll definitely be repaid. That's the least you can do for me, as I looked out for you since our parents died. Other than that, I've got no intention of having anything to do with you anymore.
Now, please, just wait a minute, Nick. It sounds like you're wanting to cut me out of the family. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not just wanting to do that. I'm going to do that so we don't have you ruining anything more in our marriage. I've said this so many times already. I want nothing to do with you anymore. I tried and I tried, but I'm done.
What does this mean?
Don't show your face at my house ever again. I should have done this a while ago. Enjoy life by yourself, little sister.
No, Nick, please. You can't do this to me. You're all I've got. Don't leave me alone. I later found out that the divorce papers were not filed properly. Thanks to the government's response, the general rule is that they don't accept submission by anyone other than the people involved with the divorce. So it seems that the divorce wasn't accepted by the courts. However, Nick had no intention on forgiving Haley for what she's done. From now on, it seems that he'll not provide her with any assistance other than her school fees. He's also ordered her to repay the debt for submitting divorce papers without our permission. With that, she started to work part-time at a bar to pay it off. In order to not get on her brother's bad side any more than she has, I hear that she's working hard on her studies and paying off the money she owes him. The kinder people are, the more angry they get when you betray them. Nick said that no matter what happens, he won't interact with her anymore. And that's what he'd do for the rest of his life.